Now I think the camera can hear that this cranking is not there. And they do have problem with starter at 100,000 mile plus. And lately, like this one right here is going to be starter. And I test the battery. It does have a good juice on it. Still have 12.4. And even though I put a jump on it, still doesn't. So likely, if you have anything over 12 volt and up, and you have this kind of noise only, likely it's going to be your starter. I'm gonna do remove the battery first, so you won't get short by touching the positive down there. A lot of hose to move. You don't have to move the one person, so it's kind of hard to do yourself sometimes. There, it's tough to get split. Sometimes it break too, so be careful. That's out of the way. There's a huge air box right here, right below the intake manifold here too. I hate that when you don't take that out, it's stuck in there. That bolt right there had to be removed, and chance to take that one up there too because it's blocking the way. And okay. So you have to broke into two pieces because that is blocking right here, and there's a 3 bolt holding this air blockage right here. Okay, now the bolt on the bottom is free, so take this out. So this plug right here, just push down here and then release like that. See how close? When you plug it in, this is just like sliding back. That free up here, and this air box here have 3 bolts in the bottom here that mount into the intake manifold. You have to take this out. Other than that, it's stuck right here. You don't come out easily unless you have a better idea to removing this intake manifold. If you don't do that, you have to remove this side here, and it's a good idea to remove this one too because there's a lot more room to remove the starter, but you can do this way or the other way. Down here at the bottom here, positive power, and then the ignition one this side. Be careful with the knock sensor over here because so close to the bolt, right, that holding the starter on the other side. And when you remove the starter, and you have to be careful because if you're knocking down the knock sensor over here, they will pop out because so close to the starter. And best way, just detach that. See how tight it is right here? That's crazy. Honda are pretty smart, but they come to something like this, they are very dumb too.
Every single manufacturer have kind of dumb idea to do their car sometime. Not always easy for every single make and model. I bet you take this car to the dealership, they probably broken your legs and arm to changing this starter. The best way to do this right here, you break this piece right here because the starter is not good anyway. Just breaking that and taking the bolt out and remove these cables out. Or you can do is sticking your socket down here in the back here and release that, and also release that. Then you slide the starter out this way, and there. Now let's pop this open. That's why I have the room to stick my tools in and release it. Now you have a question, yeah, if you break that on the new one, how do you put it in? So you put it in outside first, and then you can, you know, slide the starter in, and you don't have to break that. Okay, that's how the new one go. I'm going to test this starter to see if good or not. When it's in the car, it's hard to test it with the ignition, but sometimes you don't know if it's good or not. So positive to right here, and ground to the body, and ignition right here. Okay, so touch that. Yeah, nothing. So bad starter. That's how you test the starter. Back here, positive, ground to the body again, and ignition, and power. Yeah, that's the difference. Alright, time to put the new one back in there. So now, time to put this in. Plus the washer, the locking washer, making the nuts a little bit higher, taller than the OEM one. So that's where you have room to lock this in. The other one is very low in there, so that's why you don't have room to lock it in. I hate this. This is 13. And then don't forget your knock sensor over here, because you unplug over here, so you have to plug them back. If you don't, that's okay. You can come underneath it to plug it in. It's not a big deal. When you do reverse, you just put this one in first. If you don't,
you're gonna have trouble to put it back because it does not fit in. Remember, when you're taking out, you have to take out this one first, and when you put it in, you have to put it in first, and then this will be second. So the bottom's 3 bolts done. Pretty much done. Let's fire it up. Thumbs up. Subscribe, please. Thank you.